Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Sky. We are back with another video. I want to thank you so much for tuning into the channel. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell button so you can be alerted to when we drop new content right here on this channel. I'm super excited. I'm getting a new tattoo today, so we are rocking and rolling, getting this content out, and then I'm on my way. I will be blogging about this, so you guys can tune into my new personal channel to find out more details on how that went. I'll place a video link in the description of this video later. Okay, so let's get into the news. So, I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't know how closely y'all pay attention to Dish Nation, but we got a special treat because Dennis McKinley was one of the co-hosts with his boo, Porsha Williams, on this week's episodes of Dish Nation. Now, I'm hearing that he's only there for like 2 days, but it's very interesting to me because I don't know if it's just take your spouse to work day or if they're trying to get in front of the narrative regarding their relationship, but I do think that it is a smart ploy. But guess what, y'all? They giving out relationship advice. Yes, you heard right. They are giving out relationship advice, and this time they're giving it to Wendy Williams. So let's take a pause for the cause and listen to what the people had to say, and the people being Porsha and Dennis. Let's hear it.
Rick Ross kind of looked like they had a little connection. He was leaning in this picture. They look real close face to face. Ooh.
Rick Ross wants in. He looking at her like, I bet that thing feel like a ugly.
Yes. All right, now, before y'all met each other, y'all was out here in these streets single, trying to get it together. Like, what do you recommend for Wendy Williams in her post-married life?
I mean, if you're asking me, right after my marriage, I lived my best life. Like, that's when, this is way before you, honey. That's when I was, basically the cool girl. Like, I liked young guys around that time. And then once you play, you're like, okay, I want a serious relationship. Then you get a serious person who's older and wants what you want. But right now, she need to be in the streets having a hot girl
That's
summer.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
What you think?
Yeah, no, hot girl summer is officially over.
Okay. My first thought was this. Now, there are plenty of things that I know that I would go to Porsha for advice. Probably some new mommy advice, okay? Definitely some weave advice. I mean, I talked about getting a man weave in one of these videos. I'll probably do it on my personal channel just to kind of like, I like to do different stuff to see what's popping out there. I might get advice about go naked advice. I might get some advice about, starring in music videos because she just did a music video for 501. I might ask her for Housewives advice. In my mind, initially, the first thing that I thought about was that I don't know that I would ask her for relationship advice, okay? That was what crossed my mind at first, and I want y'all to comment below. Would y'all ask her for relationship advice? Would you ask Dennis for relationship advice? But then I thought about something. And listen, y'all follow me here, and we got another story to talk about too. So don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I know those of y'all that are tired of hearing about Dennis and Porsha. I think that this is what we're seeing is an evolution here of their relationship, right? And we'll get the full story when the show comes out. But what we're witnessing right now is the evolution of how things are occurring. And this is interesting because I feel like the Real Housewives franchises are now taking a page from the Kardashians in their approach to reality TV, wherein something happens in real life, we all know about it, we get certain bits and bytes of information, but then we get the real tea, or at least the real edited tea, when we actually see the show. So I'm not mad at it. There are a lot of viewers out there that think, oh, we know too much, but in my mind, I want to know everything. I want all the details, and then I'm still gonna watch it play out because I want to see how it was all put together. Now, back to what I was saying, because I really was digressing right there. So here's my thought. So I thought to myself, damn, I don't know that I want to be taking relationship advice from them, because from my perspective, it seems like they still in the thick of things, right? But then I thought to myself, like, so they're giving a relationship advice to Wendy Williams. Porsha's giving her perspective on Wendy living her single best life, which we've seen in photos. And this time Wendy was with Rick Ross. I think it was Rick Ross. Yeah, it was Rick Ross. And so, you know, she gave her perspective on Wendy as a single lady, right? And so basically Porsha was like, yo, she having a hot girl summer. Let her have a hot girl summer, right? And Dennis was basically saying hot girl summer is over, okay? And from what my perspective is, like, I took that to mean, okay, so for you, the hot girl summer is done, because I'm about to put my stamp on this relationship. We about to do this thing. All the other stuff is BS, and that's it. Let's like we solid right now. So you're not hot girl in summer in it over there, because I kind of think that the hot girl summer is for single people, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody comment down below. Is hot girl, hot boy summer for the singles? Because it don't seem like it would apply to somebody in a relationship. But I could be wrong. So I'm assuming that what he's saying is this. Time for you to wrap it up. Now, back to what I was saying earlier when I said that I don't know if I would take relationship advice from them. Well, I mean, let's look at it from a different perspective, okay? Let's look at it from this perspective of, it's probably better to take relationship advice from people who have been through the ups and downs of a relationship and work through it. Because at the end of the day, a real relationship is going to go through the storm and the fire, right? That's just the case with any relationship and any long-lasting marriage. So the key to really how to survive a long-lasting marriage is, how do you weather those storms when they do come, because they will come, right? So I would actually think that maybe getting relationship advice from people who have just been through a very tumultuous time might not be that bad. But at the end of the day, some people may look at it differently, because for some people, marriage, while it may have its ups and downs, it may not be to that magnitude, right? So we don't really know. But what I can say is that it's very interesting. I'm interested to see more of them together, and I'm interested to really see how this season plays out. Now, I want to hop on over to some news that Kandi Burruss is dishing out, and she's basically letting us know that Nene Leakes is trying to get back into the good graces of most of the women on the cast, and she is currently on good terms with Nene, which is what most of us had suspected. But here's what she told Hollywood Life while she was at BeautyCon, okay? She said, they asked Kandi whether Nene wants to make things better, and she reportedly responded with the following: yes, which is shocking, but I am getting along with Nene right now, which is something that Nene is trying to work on some relationships in the group. We'll see how that goes. She's putting forth effort, but everybody has to meet each other halfway. Now, personally, I think that she is referring to maybe Kenya and Porsha. Here's my thing, and the reason I say that, because I feel in my spirit as though the relationship between Nene and Cynthia is going to be something that actually eventually works itself out. With this news that, you know, Cynthia is getting married, I think that's also... Have y'all ever had a relationship where you were really angry at somebody, but something either tragic or really amazing happened that forced you to put your anger on the back burner to really deal with and either celebrate or go through something with that person versus continuing to be angry? I feel like that's what's happening with Cynthia and Nene. Personally, I feel like I kind of feel like I want them to get back together as friends. And with regards to the show, I think that Cynthia should move on to another show. I think that her time on the Real Housewives of Atlanta has run its course, mostly because she's not the most dramatic character, and I think we need dramatic housewives. But I think it also forces Nene and Kenya to either develop a relationship on their own, or for the two of them to develop other relationships outside of Cynthia. Because I almost feel like Cynthia can be a crutch to a certain degree. And I don't mean that in a negative way. But because Cynthia doesn't really bring that much drama, unless something happens during this new season that I have not been privy to or seen yet. I know that there's this alleged audio of her talking about Nene that supposedly Giovanna had, and Giovanna is basically shooting down stories like, what audio? I don't really know. But shout out to Giovanna. She does have her own clothing line now, so you guys can go check that out as well. I like to support, that's all I'm saying. But and I have a plan for Cynthia. Don't worry, I'm not trying to leave her out there jobless. I feel like in my spirit, what I want Cynthia to do is I want her to be able to focus on her marriage to Mr. Mike Hill. I want her to eventually either move to LA or maybe move to LA to be with him, because I think that what I would like to see for Cynthia is for her to take over America's Next Top Model. I would. I think that would be fascinating, or to see her and Tyra do something together. I think that would also be fascinating. And I think that will force Kenya and both Nene to develop individual relationships with some of the newer cast members, independent of having Cynthia there as that middle person. And it would help push the stories forward on the show. That's just my perspective. The relationships with Nene and Porsha, I'm thinking that's going to take a little bit more time to develop, although I feel in my spirit, though, that Nene would probably be a great person for Porsha to confide in with everything that's happened with her and Dennis, but I really don't know. I would be interested to see how that plays out, and I'm assuming that she may even be trying to work things out with Eva as well. I don't know, because their beef seemed a little bit different to me. I felt like Eva felt a little bit let down by Nene, by some things that happened during the end of the season, and I think that shocked Nene. So I don't really know. I don't really know how that's going to play out. But anyway, that's basically the news that we got for y'all today with regards to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know with Basketball Wives on, Married to Medicine, and Real Housewives of Potomac all popping right now. We've been focused a lot on those. But I did want to bring y'all some Real Housewives of Atlanta news today, because I think it's some things bubbling under the surface, and we know that they'll be taking their big cash trip probably next month. And we should be getting a teaser at the end of this month or early October. So guys, it's coming. Real Housewives of Atlanta 12 is coming. So that's all we got for you guys today. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single bit of the news that we got going on here. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Scott, and I will see you guys in the next video.